I told you to get ready for some crazy VR goodness, and boy is that the case today. We are about to gaze upon the most physically intense PSVR game I've ever played. But what is this I'm wearing? I can't get physical in an outfit like this. No, I've got to dress for finesse and also stress. I need something that's aerodynamic with breathability and just a little bit of stretch. And of course, sex appeal. Is it a bit nippy in here, maybe? Well, it's about to get real with Sprint Vector. Sprint Vector is the galaxy's greatest sporting event. It's basically running. And you have been selected to compete in a series of exciting races to win the Sprint Vector Intergalactic Championship and the prize of anything you desire. The creator of Sprint Vector's tournament is Mr. Entertainment, who introduces the participants and allows you to choose your character. And of course, I chose the frog with a katana that is seeking vengeance. It's a little bit Mario Kart, a little bit F-Zero, a little bit of Wii Fit thrown in there. I don't know, there's a lot going on. Even the first time you start Sprint Vector, it becomes a major event. After some basic calibration, you move forward into the stadium for the epic introduction to the Sprint Vector Championship. It seems excessive for something as simple as a foot race, but those feet are wearing vector blades, which means you'll be running, jumping, and climbing at insane speeds that would kill any normal person, or ninja frog. And hey, check out that frog booty. Frog got some booty. Well, that's great and all, but just how do you race? Sprint Vector makes use of a fluid locomotion system to create a comfortable and realistic sense of movement in virtual reality. At least according to the developers at Servios. But that's just under the hood stuff, nothing you need to worry about. What you do need to worry about is all of the tutorials. This is not, I repeat, not a pick up and play game. In no way. Don't even think about it. You can't jump into this game blindly. At first, I thought I was Mr. Hot Stuff. I'm Game Dave, not Lame Dave, so I just completed the beginner tutorial and was off to the races. And I sucked. Alright, that's enough practice. It's time to race.
They're gonna run like this when we kidnap them and force them into participating.
She's just joking, folks. Everyone is here voluntarily, as mandated by Corporian Factory. Some of the galaxy's most exotic locations, and often without the permission of their inhabitants.
My daddy owns this galaxy. Who needs permission if it's my space kingdom?
Thumbs. Fantastic! Better about all those traps and deadly drops on the course.
Getting tired. Oh my
Racers
god.
who skip the tutorial and just want to race.
Well, they're going to run slow, fail to jump, and they're over the finish line. Just like I'm over this race.
Last place.
The next race will be starting in just a few moments.
I got destroyed. There are many techniques and controls to master to become even decent at Sprint Vector. Complete the intermediate, advanced, and power-ups tutorials before you dive in. Okay, I'm just trying to help you out. Now, here are the essential controls. To begin sprinting, you extend an arm with the controller out in front of you. Hold the trigger and pull down to the ground, releasing the trigger at the bottom of your swing. Then you repeat the motion with the opposite arm. That's it. Now you're a pro with the motion of the ocean. But fair warning, it does get tiring. Along with the forward movement, you can brake, drift into sharp turns, jump,
Excellent!
put your arms out and fly across great distances. Heck, you can even climb walls like a regular Mission Impossible 2 Tom Cruise. Oh, that movie. Ooh. As far as your race options, the first is single-player mode, racing against computer opponents, with or without power-ups, or just by your lonesome. This is where you'll see what Sprint Vector is all about. This type of racing gameplay has been referred to as adrenaline platforming. I guess that's the new genre, and it does fit because you aren't just racing laps around a track. There are platform jumping and climbing elements, walls to avoid, sharp turns, and even deadly traps thrown into the races. And as you hit boosts and fling yourself through shortcuts, you'll feel the intensity and speed of the movement of your character. Adrenaline platforming. And one of my favorite parts of any Sprint Vector track, the flying sections. I never want the flights to end. Everything feels so natural, and if I plopped down a high-powered fan in front of my face, I'd swear I was truly there. When you've had enough of the single-player racing, you can take on the world in 8-player online races, where even when I got good at the game,
I wish I didn't have to, but I'm contractually obligated to actually pay attention to the races this season. That looks rough.
I got not good all over again. These people clearly play Sprint Vector 24/7. Am I too old now? Am I too old? Am I too old for this? Yeah! Well, that's okay. I can forget about my embarrassment by getting back to solo mode in the challenge levels. The challenges offer a ton of extra game. Each challenge level has a time trial mode, coin collecting mode, and an extreme hardcore mode. These challenges will test all of your Sprint Vector skills, so you might want to revisit those tutorials. Yes, that is some VR goodness. But let's keep the honesty going. Here's some things I don't like. The first big hurdle I had to overcome was not a wall I needed to jump over. It was the cornering and turning. Of course, the game allows you to fully turn your body, but you can also press the face buttons for that classic VR quick turn. It doesn't work. Sorry, it does work, but it doesn't work for this type of game. It's super fast racing action. When you use the quick turn option, your body doesn't feel the motion properly and you lose control. I consistently lost track of where I was and would get stuck behind oddly shaped structures on the track, leading to the inevitable loss and tears of failure. Oh, no! That's another issue, actually. When you make your way to the more cluttered courses, jagged rocks and walls and structures with stupid, annoying corners will be the death of you. Not just in the wasted minutes on your race time, but literally the death of you. Several times I fell into a weird crevice that didn't kill me on impact, and I was stuck. It was impossible to drag myself back to the actual course, and my only option was to jump to my death to reset myself on the track. Look, most of the time the track designs work great, but there are nasty spots that were pretty infuriating to traverse. You just need some track memorization to learn the safe paths and find the time-shaving shortcuts.
What?
Oh, crap! Oh! Next, I love the addition of climbing and scaling walls on the tracks. when it works. This could just have to do with my particular PSVR setup, but at times I would swear I was getting my grab on, then I would fall. It was especially tricky when reaching the top of a cliff and trying to hoist myself up to continue running the race. I just felt like I was rubber banding on the edge and couldn't get anywhere. But when the VR gods shined their grace down upon me, it felt like I was out rock climbing. It reminded me a lot of Wii Fit U's climbing mode, just with more speed. Lastly, we gotta talk about power-ups, and I say lastly because, well, there was so much going on during my gameplay sessions, I didn't even have the thought to use them. Power-ups felt secondary to the actual racing, so it's nice that you have the option of turning them off, but power-ups are what make games like Mario Kart stand out from the typical racing sim. Now, I did make use of the nitros and overdrives, and I can see the usefulness of the various detonating mines and missiles, but I need some more practice in making use of them. Other than those gripes, which were intermittent for the most part, Sprint Vector is a great VR game. The sense of speed is exciting as you run, jump, and nail those perfect drifts. The competition is fierce, the controls are solid when they work, especially the fluid locomotion, which I never had an issue with. The tracks are unique and never boring, though some do suffer from the generic ice level, fire level, acid level. But this game is worth playing. I mean, let alone just for the music. I mean, the music is so good, the styles fit every course and character, and yeah, I had to buy the soundtrack. Yes, please buy this soundtrack. Even if you don't get the game, buy the music, it's so good. And okay, let's just settle it down for one last thing. Sprint Vector is a freaking workout. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. Now we're ready. Whew. Yeah. My neck, my back, my ankles, and my arms were all very sore from playing Sprint Vector. And you know what? I've been working out lately, and I still felt the sprints in my body. Woo! Yes! It takes me back to the days of Wii-nitis. But this is different. I'm actually working up a real sweat. I was dripping. Gross. So far, Sprint Vector does feel like the ultimate virtual reality workout sport. Now, where's that icy hot? Maybe some Tiger Balm? Can I get that?